What's going on, everybody? It's Duelist-Boyz, and welcome to a deck profile of Raidraptors. We're going to start this deck profile off with 3 Chibi Lineas. Hit the effect during your main phase 1. You can send 1 Raidraptor card from your deck to the graveyard. So you most likely want to send out your mini cry just so you can get that search to get your nest or to get any other Raidraptor card from your deck to the hand. Up next, we will be running 3 Vanishing Lanians. His effect to special summon one Raidraptor from your hand. It can be either the level 4, it can be either Chibi Lanians, or it can just even be the level 1 stress, so you can do a quick SCs into a rank. I would recommend 3, of course. Mini Cry, I'll run at 2. I used to run him at 3, but he gets too much to a point where he will always be in your hand, so I'll just run him at 2. You still want to have 2 just so you can have that search. Some people will try to run 1. I wouldn't try to recommend run 1 because you always want that search. He also has another effect, which is the level 5 to increase everybody level by 1. I only use that effect if we had the rank 7, but we don't, so it's best to not use that effect until we get to rank 7. I run 2 Fuzzies, even though he locks you out to Raidraptor or SCs and Raidraptor monsters in general. I'll still use them just so if I have nothing left just by 1 monster, I can still just have them so I can do another SC. So if I had a rank up in my hand, I can just use them to rank season to a 6 for anything I want to be. And also his effect, if he was sent to the graveyard, you can still add one of them to your hand so you have a backup play for your next turn. I run 2 boost transfer. I only use them for protection of all my Raidraptors, just in case, especially Ultimate Falcon, since people are trying to board sword my Ultimate Falcon nowadays. Now, this is the best comeback you can ever use for a boost, Ultimate Falcon versus board sword, because it will be destroyed. And they can't call it a graveyard, unfortunately, because it is a banished as cost. The only way they can honestly negate the effect if they actually had a negation on field. If not, then it is not effect that can negate. I use last 3s, only run 2. Some people run 3s just so you can have that easy tribute to rank up. I only run 2 because I try not to use them. I try to use them as my last resort, or if I just want to bring out my Ultimate Falcon as much as possible. But if not, I'll just try to use them. There'll be times when I will still use his other effect to special summon him. During the turn Raidraptor is battled. But I only use that sometimes, but not all the time. I run 1 Singing Lanius. He's just a free special summon the moment you have a Raidraptor. Let's have Pain Lanius. You cut your life equal to the amount of the lowest attack or defense on the Raidraptor card. It becomes that level. It'd be a good 4. Unfortunately, he cannot be SCs into anything else but Raidraptors, but that's okay. You can always still Raidraptor SCs into a Raidraptor for Strix, or try to use them in any other combo. It depends on what you're trying to do. I won 1 Lizard Boy. I don't know his name, I'll just call him Lizard Boy. If you know some special summon, kind of straightforward. I run the Black Rings. The reason why I run Black Rings because it's 1, there's still Ring Beast Dark, so I can still use them. And also, if you have 1, you can special summon the other. If you have 1, you can special summon the other. Most likely, if you go into your link, you mostly want to special summon him. So you can still go into that special summon and make an easy SCs. I have seen multiple people use this, and I love to give them a shout out. Don't know who they are, but they do help me out with the combos. It was a nice trick that I learned, that I've seen. I use Darkness. I don't have the other Mist Valley, which sucks. I know he's sent, but I know we don't have him. But I still use him. He's still a good negation. It's during your if a spell trap is activated, you can just tribute him in a gate. If you were to tribute him, go right ahead. I don't know how. 2 Call with the Grave, because it is a combo deck, so you will need to be warned of the Ashes, the Drolls, and all the effect Veilers. I won 2 Allure, 1 Upstart, you know, that draw, and pass. Swallow's Nest. I don't see a lot of people actually use Swallow's Nest, which is actually quite shocking, because it is a good card. As long as you have the same level and attribute, and I think it's type 2 as that monster, you can still use the effect attribute and special summon another. So it's let's just say someone try to infect Veeler or try to impermanence your, if I can get it out, your Vanishing Lanians, you can always use Swallow's Nest effect to tribute him to bring out another one, or no one as kind. You can either bring out one of the Black Wings if you have a Black Wing in your hand, or you can even bring out kind of this anyone specifically. This most likely you most likely want to probably go into your Chibi Lane if you haven't never used this effect yet, and it will miss target, which is a kind of good card. I always recommend using that card, and it's only cents or $1, so you can always get it out in your local replay store or your local stores. I use 2 nests. A lot of people is using 1. I use 2 just in case. If you just open up to it, you don't have to use mini cross effect to use the effect to bend to get the nest, because you already have your nest. Now you can use mini cross effect to bring out anyone you want. You can even bring out the Xenolanians. You can bring out another mini cross for your next play. It's another way to just bring out something else that you don't need to do. So it gives you more of a bonus. Up next, we're gonna do our rank ups. We have the rank up Soul Save. This card, I love this card mostly because the moment is your turn. Let's say you have no monsters. You only have 1 Fortress in your graveyard. This is your only card you drew. You can either go into Infinity. If you're already using Infinity, you can easily go to your Revolution and Revolution attack for game, because he can attack all monsters and any monster that This will show y'all guys what I'm talking about. Is this guy. Not a lot of people use him, but I use him because he is a good game card, because he not only attacks all monsters just by detaching his last material, but any special monster he battles immediately becomes 0. So if someone has someone that cannot be destroyed by battle, you can easily just keep attacking for game. Honestly, it's a good card, and it's good card going first, so you can immediately just go in your Raidraptor Revolution, or you can just go into your Infinity. I use this baby. Oh my goodness, when I learned this sense. This is one of my good cards. I can either go into Zexo, I can easily go into any other Raidraptor card from my extra deck. It's easy. Also, he also have his other effect to this Banish. Banish is a special. Only use that effect if you have another backup play. But it's still a good card. I will highly recommend it. Some people not use this, and it's actually a really good card. He is another rank up, but he doesn't go by 2s. He only go by 1, which means all you can do is just go by this Fortress, this Stranger. But Stranger Falcon is still a good effect, because if he was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one of your Raidraptor's SCs from your graveyard and then use it as an attached material. So if Ultimate Falcon was some way somehow was destroyed, you can always use his effect to just bring him back from your graveyard. And also his other effect is to banish another effect. Banish.
Pause.
Oh yeah, it was a card. Sorry about that, folks. Weird ass cards. Ha. His other effect is banish it, so you can add another rank up from your graveyard to your hand. So he's if you're running out of support and you run out of cards, you can always have this as your last resort. Monster Reborn, don't really need no explanation. Good Monster Reborn. Cattle Call, you can send one any ring beast from your hand you control, just so you can go into one of your SCs. It's kind of just like Last Stress, only just another way. This time you can actually go for a game, or even worse, go for attack and get battle damage with this card, because you don't, your opponent will still get battle damage, unlike Strix. And one foolish, foolish. I'm a fool to not use foolish. Ha, I giggle. For the extra deck, we're gonna have 2 Stranger Falcons. Like I always say, that he's always like a good Monster Reborn and attachment. His effect is actually really good too. If you want to burn and go for time, if you want to be that type of guy, sure, be that type of guy. I don't like being that type of guy. Fortress. Okay, before you guys say anything in the comments, yes, I know he is messed up. He is just destroyed. But let me just remind you guys, this is my first Raidraptor that I ever had. So it's this deep emotional support in my heart to where this was starting me off in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Since high school of 16.
Yeah, since high school. It's because of my roommates that they gave me this card. Yes, it was busted. It was really expensive at that time, but I still kept it because it was like one of my key memories. I use Revolution Falcon just so you can go for a game, or you can just use them for in defense, because the moment anyone try to battle it and with special summon, their attacks will automatically go to 0. I want another one. There's another Fortress. I run 2 chicken birds.
Golden chicken.
Yes, people should already know what he does. He is a very good card. During your end phase, you still have material. You can just burn them for 1K or lower everyone's attack for 1K. Seriously, one of the good cards. And the other monster is...
in its actual archetype, one of the best.
Yes. Their rank 12 sucks. Like, come on, Konami. Come on.
It's how you pronounce it, El Duki.
El Duki. Now we have... Woo! Raidraptor, Y-Strix. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Konami, for giving us our link. This link, the moment he is link summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 dark wing beast from your deck to the field, but it cannot be used as link material. So please remind yourselves that it cannot be used as link material, but you can still use it as siege material. Also, if Raidraptor effect will activate it while this card is on the field, you get a rank up from your deck and you can set it on the field. Now, the best part about that, they cannot ash it. They can only affect Veeler or impermanence it. They cannot ash it, so that's a good card. So that's a good way to just bring out one of your rank ups and go in your regular plays. I won 1 Satellite Falcon. I usually use him to just go into the into Ultimate Falcon. There are some games that, if possible, if I would to summon him, his effect is to destroy all spells and traps, and I think you inflict damage. I'm not too sure because I barely use his effect at all. But he is still a good card. I'll still recommend you running him at 1. Just in case it's spell heavy, you have the opportunity to use it. Just use it. I won 1 Infinity and Beyond Buzz Lightyear. I won, now this card I honestly love the most because it also helps me out with another effect, with another combo. I can either, at the end phase, I can special summon 1 Ring Beast from my deck to the field. I can either go into the darkness or I can go into another Raidraptor just in case if he stayed alive. He is a really good card if you want to make a backup plan or you just really want to go into another SC.
And you can also pretty much bring out the Statue Wind to lock your opponent out from the entire game.
Yes, that is true. People have used his effect to bring out the actual statue so that your opponent cannot cannot special summon from the extra deck or just special summon in general. I have seen that and it is really good. I perfectly would prefer negation, or if you want to go into that, you can. It's up to you guys. And then I run the Zexal package. Now, I will show you guys off with some of the combos you will most likely will see from your Raidraptor deck. Most likely, the best combo you can get, 2 cards. Not even Mini Cry. Shut up, Mini Cry. Go home. I bully my Raidraptors a lot. Most likely you want to go into Vanishing and Tribulanius. It's a good 2-card combo. First off, you're going to normal summon, effect to special summon, use this effect to send 1 Mini Cry. Mini Cry's effect to banish to add 1 Raidraptor Nest. Once you add the Nest, you want to use this effect to add that Singing Lanius. I don't sing, so don't ask me to sing. Special summon him. And now, you don't even have to go into your SCs. You already got combo right there. You just link Sexy Boy right here, his effect, special. And then you can just go in your array playing right there. Most likely you will end up in a play or in a board like at least 2 negations. Depends on your back row. If you run a back row heavy, you most likely will have him with, if I can bring it out, Infinity and Beyond. And with this is most likely be your card combo. This mostly be your bread and butter combo. You going first. If you can do extra, you can easily do Zexal 2. So that's not only 2 negations, but it stops your opponent. And if they can't do anything the next turn, that's a beautiful OTK right there. In my honest opinion, it is a good deck. I love it. Deep in my heart, but it will have its breaks. You most likely will see all spells. You most likely will see monsters that you can't use yet. A combination of Black Wings and Raidraptor that they both can go together. But other than total, I love this deck. It's still one of my top favorites. Coming up next, we're gonna have a Cubit deck profile coming up next. So I'll see you guys in the next video. D-Boys out.